Hey fabulous people, I'm here for the final video of Pride Month to talk about the queer characters found in the Dreamworks Netflix series, She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Now there is an argument to be made for honestly every character in the series to be queer or to have some element of queer coding or culture in them, but I'm going to focus on the characters who most overtly have demonstrated romantic interest in another character of the same sex, starting with Spinnerella and Natasha. The first time we see Spinnerella and Natasha is in the title sequence, where Spinnerella can be seen in the lower left portion of the title card lifting a triumphant Natasha into the air. The first episode to feature them is Flowers for She-Ra in the first season. They don't play a major role in the episode and mostly serve to indicate to the audience how fractured the rebellion is, though in regards to their relationship it should be noted that they enter the room arm in arm. They also appear alongside one another in the war room in the following episode, The Sea Gate. Their next major appearance is in the episode Princess Prom, where they are shown attending as each other's date and are seen dancing together and standing close with their arms around one another. Finally, they appear in the Season 1 finale, The Battle for Bright Moon, once again entering war room arm in arm. When Natasha gets annoyed at Bo for being unaware of what they do still, she shouts, "It's in the name! Net-Tassa? I toss nets." And Spinnerella soothes her by pulling her close, calling her darling, and stating that her nets are beautiful. During the final battle, it's revealed that her nets are actually energy fields that can act both offensively and defensively, and Spinnerella has the power to control wind, both of which come in very handy in the battle. Another queer character introduced in the first season is Scorpia. While featured in the opening theme, she isn't introduced until episode 5 of the first season, The Sea Gate. In this episode, she's shown to be very lighthearted and is openly affectionate with Catra, initiating physical contact frequently and happily, starting off by immediately hugging Catra at their first meeting. While they're taking a horde ship to Solinus, she notices that Catra is uncomfortable and again scoops her up, instructing Catra to focus on her to feel better. Catra protests and squirms free, shouting for the others to do boat stuff when she sees them watching her. Later, when Catra again shouts at the others, Scorpia compliments her on her impressive captain yell. At the end of the episode, after their ship is destroyed and they are defeated, Scorpia rescues Catra on a bit of driftwood and pulls her away. The next episode to prominently feature Scorpia was Princess Prom. It was revealed that, despite working for the Horde, Scorpia is in fact a princess. She tells Catra this in Catra's room, as the other had invited her in and was hoping for her allegiance, stating that Scorpia is the only one she can trust. Scorpia interprets that to mean they're best friends. As a princess, Scorpia is invited to the traditional princess-exclusive ball, and it's a perfect chance for them to make an attack on the rebellion and one of the largest and most powerful kingdoms. Scorpia and Catra attend, with Catra acting as Scorpia's +1. After a dress-up montage in which the characters try on different things to get ready for prom, Scorpia's final dress is revealed. Catra, dressed in a suit, looks up at her with an approving smile. Scorpia returns the smile with a blush. Unfortunately, due to their nefarious plans, the two are not able to spend much time together during the ball. In the opening of the episode The Beacon, Scorpia and Catra are shown walking together discussing the recent loss of their captives when Catra discovers Princess Entrapta in the ventilation system. While she's being interrogated, Entrapta takes a weapon from Catra and accidentally fires it, causing rubble to fall over her and Scorpia. Scorpia uses her hardened exoskeleton parts to protect Catra from the debris. When Entrapta's robot, Emily, breaks down a wall, Scorpia tackles Catra to protect her from the blast and further uses her body as a shield over her. When it's revealed that Entrapta has the ability to build such impressive weaponry for the Horde, Catra agrees to go find the technology she needs and requests that Scorpia stay behind to keep an eye on Entrapta. In the following episode, when Catra returns, it's revealed that Scorpia had been chattering to her about her to Entrapta and admits to feeling just a connection to her. When she sees what rough shape Catra's in, she asks if she needs to be tenderly nursed back to health. In the episode Light Hope, while Entrapta goes over the information she got from the crystal Catra brought her, Scorpia draws a picture of the three of them holding hands. At the end of the Battle of Bright Moon, Scorpia and Catra are seen fleeing the scene of the fight together. In the Season 2 episode Ties That Bind, Catra is captured. Wow, try saying that 3 times fast. Catra is captured. In the Season 2 episode Ties That Bind, Catra is captured by the rebellion. When Scorpia realizes she's missing, she panics, desperately trying to come up with a plan. Luckily for them, Catra is able to signal her with the tracer she wears in order to allow the Horde to find her. When Scorpia realizes this, she states, "Catra, you beautiful genius, I'm coming." Once she finds her and Catra is released, she beckons her back eagerly and unties her, stating that she's so happy the nightmare is over. In the episode Signals, when Catra complains that no one cares about her efforts, Scorpia answers that she does. In the episode Roll With It, Catra appoints Scorpia to command a Horde-occupied outpost. She spends the episode chattering excitedly about the assignment and wondering what she could do to show Catra her appreciation, including sending Kyle to find out what Catra's favorite color is, and a desire to get her a gift that, in her words, says thank you, but also we're soulmates tied together by the beautiful threads of fate. She later on refers to Catra as her wildcat. In the episode Whiteout, Scorpia and Entrapta and Catra travel to a snow-covered region in an attempt to find a piece of lost technology. While trying to boost her confidence to ask Catra to spend private time with her, Scorpia states that she and Catra have a special bond, and deep down in her heart, Catra knows that. When she does ask, however, Catra answers that they are hanging out at that moment. Scorpia presses that she meant outside of office hours, and suggested they do some kind of bonding activity. After She-Ra becomes infected with a virus and goes on a mindless attack, she nearly harms Catra. Scorpia intervenes, tackling She-Ra while shouting for her to stay away from Catra. After they take Adora into their hideout, Catra puts Scorpia in charge of watching her. Scorpia becomes very frustrated dealing with Adora in her inebriated state, having to deal with her jealousy towards the other girl's relationship with Catra and her knowledge of her. She comments that even when they're trying to kill each other, you can tell there's a real bond there, and that she just wishes Catra could see her as being worth her time too. After a heart-to-heart with Seahawk and a still inebriated Adora, Scorpia finds a new self-confidence and states that Adora may have left Catra, but someday she's going to see that Scorpia won't. She'll always be there for Catra because that's who she is. After a major fight against giant robot bugs, Scorpia disobeys Catra's orders in order to save her life. She then carries Catra and Entrapta off to their boat so they can return home, taking a moment to cover Catra in a blanket to keep her warm. Begrudgingly, Catra thanks Scorpia for saving them and allows Scorpia to join her under the blanket, and Scorpia resumes her earlier line of questioning about potentially hanging out with Catra outside of work. In the next episode, Light Spinner, Scorpia seeks Catra out and finds her in a bad mood, so asks what's troubling her bestie. Catra retorts that she is neither troubled nor is she Scorpia's bestie, and Scorpia responds that she doesn't accept any of that. After a moment, Catra admits that she's upset because Hordak intends to send Shadow Weaver, the woman who raised Catra and Adora, though admittedly not in any kind of healthy way, to Beast Island, where she'll never be heard from again. By the end of the episode, Shadow Weaver had manipulated Catra into unwittingly facilitating her escape. In the next episode, Catra instructs everyone to keep a lookout for anything suspicious, but refuses to state why. When Scorpia questions further, Catra pushes her away, telling her to go. Instead, Scorpia states that her wildcat has left her no choice, before swaddling her tightly and rocking her as Catra protests. Scorpia soothing that she's okay and that there's nothing they can't handle, finally getting Catra to admit to losing Shadow Weaver. Scorpia assures her that she doesn't have to go through with it alone, and states that they'll find Shadow Weaver together. Unfortunately, they were both being spied on, and by the end of the episode, Hordak knew the truth. The final episode of the second season also introduces another queer couple, Bo's fathers George and Lance. The two are very loving towards Bo, but are firm pacifists and have no idea that Bo is a member of the rebellion. By the end of the episode, however, the truth is revealed. Bo expects them to be upset with him, and they are, but only because he didn't trust them enough to be honest about himself. They express upset that Bo had felt the need to hide himself from them, and that they love him no matter what, even going so far as to accept Glimmer and Adora into their family. Well, these are the only canonically queer couples, keeping in mind that Scorpia's affection for Catra is, as of yet, unreturned. There are several other characters that are likely also queer in some way or another. Catra shows an obsession with Adora that could be considered a kind of infatuation, and their past is heavily explored in the episode Promise. They were obviously shown to be incredibly close, being raised together and practically joined at the hip as children. Bo shows a fair amount of fondness and affection towards Seahawk, and his attention has never been rebutted. Perfuma has often embraced Vermista. Frosta was shown to have a bit of an obsession, or perhaps a crush, towards Glimmer in the episode The Frozen Forest. Glimmer and Adora have been close almost since the moment Adora changed sides, the two attending Princess Prom together, and Adora sleeping in Glimmer's bed in Flowers for She-Ra. She-Ra and the Princesses of Power is an intelligent, colorful show about a wide variety of people, and that includes people on the queer spectrum. I love this series, and I sincerely recommend you all check it out if it sounds like something you'd like to see. Thank you for watching, and you stay fabulous, people.